Perfect.
Okay, I imagine a few people are probably going to trickle in, so for our purposes here, I'll go ahead and get started. So welcome everybody. Thank you guys for taking some time to be here this evening. I think everybody knows me. I'm Jason Reynolds, Director of Operations and Marketing with MAHA, and hope everybody's enjoying the start to their holiday season and had a great Thanksgiving weekend. I'm sure I probably don't need to tell everybody or remind everybody what a strange time we're living in right now. Obviously, this pandemic has had a disruption on a lot of our activities, not just on ice activity, but some of our off ice activities as well, whether from a team standpoint, an association standpoint, or even a governing body like MAHA. So one of our initiatives this year, and one of my initiatives this year, was to pursue some partnerships to continue to help support our community and support our game. And obviously COVID has had an impact on that over the course of the year. But I'll tell you, I think we started out with the kind of kicked it off with the perfect partner. And I wanted to make sure I gave everybody an introduction here tonight. Hopefully everybody's seen the announcement that we have officially started a partnership with FlipGive. And with us tonight is the Vice President of Growth for FlipGive. His name is Sam Menard. He's been a great partner with us already. He comes with a lot of enthusiasm. He is actually based in Ontario, not too far away from us. So a hockey parent himself. So he understands our community. He understands the needs, and so. And he's done some great work with a lot of other affiliates and hockey organizations in both the U.S. and in Canada. So we're very lucky to have him. Very excited, and I think this is especially in these strange times, this is a perfect platform for everybody to potentially take advantage of some opportunities to do some fundraising, whether it's at a team level or an association level. So I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to turn it over to Sam Menard and let him introduce you to the FlipGive platform. Sam, it is all yours.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you so much for the introduction, Jason. Really appreciate it. We're very much looking forward to working with Michigan, with yourself, with the Michigan hockey teams and hockey families, ultimately to hopefully lend a hand when it comes to the cost of sport, which we know, hockey can be an expensive sport at the best of times, and certainly living through the reality of a year that's been very much start, stop, and go for several months now. So yeah, I'm a hockey parent myself. I actually coach a rep hockey team. I have two daughters who play the game, who fell in love with it a few years ago. Much to their mother's dismay, she grew up as a figure skater, but her two daughters are happy to be hockey players themselves. So I coach my youngest, who plays at the under 11 level. And I've used FlipGive myself over the past couple of years for fundraising activities. So wanted to introduce FlipGive, the company, to you, to talk about how we fit in when it comes to fundraising, give you a quick tour of the product itself, and answer any questions that you might have. And as Jason mentioned, we're recording this, so you have access to it as a video after, and a resource after as well. And then I'm available to answer any questions after as well. The page that we'll link to has my email address on it, so feel free to reach out anytime. We're here to help you guys get started. So with that said, I will share my screen. Can everyone see my screen right now? You'll see a FlipGive and all right, awesome. So this is kind of a landing page that we created for Michigan teams as a starting point to be introduced to FlipGive. So FlipGive as a company we've been around for over 10 years, but in its current form, where we've really focused in on fundraising for kids sports and for schools as well. We've sort of had this product going since 2016, and we have about 50,000 teams that are using FlipGive across North America. So we're available in the US and Canada. We have more users in the US than in Canada, and about 400,000 families roughly. Hockey has really been our sweet spot. That was where we initially saw adoption from parents, because the fundraising need is so strong when it comes to hockey, as many of you know. As mentioned earlier, it's an expensive sport. There's in a regular season, you'll have the cost of registration, you'll have equipment, travel.
Well, you can do Kroger now.
Yeah, Kroger is a part of it. So yeah, I'll show you some of the brands that are there. So FlipGive was set up to give teams and parents a virtual fundraising option during the season. So for those of us who've been on teams or headed up teams, you talk about the cost of the game, and then you'll often talk about who has ideas to help fundraise over the course of the season to help reduce those costs for families, and especially with COVID and the negative economic impacts of that. It's more important than ever to find fundraising ideas. But we're kind of stuck this year where a lot of the traditional fundraising things that we would do, bingo nights, selling chocolate bars and meat sales, we'll sell chicken wings and all sorts of different things. You can't do any of that stuff this year. You can't do anything in person. You can't have your kids passing off food to other families. And a lot of small businesses in the community that are like the traditional sponsors and supporters of youth hockey have had a tough few months. Can't sponsor to the same extent. So we hope that we can help. We can't fund absolutely everything, but hopefully we're a part of the solution where you can fundraise on FlipGive year round, whether you're on a team or not on a team. It's really easy. You just take advantage of the shopping that you're already doing and shopping with the brands that you already shop with, or maybe you get introduced to some new ones. And we actually get paid by the brand. So if you click from FlipGive to go shop with a brand, a percentage of that sale comes back to you as the parent on a team, and a smaller portion of it comes back to FlipGive. So that's how we get paid. So then FlipGive as a fundraising product is 100% free for parents, because we get paid by the retailers who are happy to be sent customers. So let me show you how it works. So we've got this page set up. We'll send you the link again after, but just, there's a help video, which is actually my youngest daughter in it, that kind of gives like a fun 2-minute explainer of what FlipGive is. We have a $100 matching grant program. So for any team that starts up over the next 6 weeks, if you can raise $100, which is pretty easy to do once you get a few parents going, we'll match it with $100 and help you get going on it. Just some easy things on what it is. We're 100% completely virtual. So again, it's your online shopping and gift card purchases. You're inviting your parents and supporters. A lot of the brands we work with, and as mentioned, we have a lot of hockey teams, over 6,000 hockey teams over the past year and a bit that have used FlipGive. So we see entire associations that are raising $15,000 to $20,000 amongst their teams, and teams that I would say on average are probably raising $1,500 to $2,000, but we see some $3,000, $4,000, or $5,000 if the parents really commit to it. So I'll just give you a quick overview of how it works. So you go into this sign up process. So I'll just put Sam_Michigan at gmail.com. And then I'll get myself signed up. So then I get to this. So I should say it's typically a team captain who takes responsibility for FlipGive. You can transfer that responsibility to another parent on the team, but I find it tends to be, it's often the team manager who is running a lot of these activities for the team, but it could be a coach. It can be any parent really. So you select your team name, you select your category, and then you enter your city. So you get a Google pop-up, and then you create your new team. And then it takes you through this process, which is just really quick, but mainly an onboarding to give parents an idea of the types of purchases that you might make on the platform. So, we've got apparel and houseware. So it just kind of takes you through sports gear and equipment, travel, which, hopefully we'll get back to travel again next year, restaurants and fast food. So this is really popular with, as teams get together for meals, you get every parent to buy a gift card to pay for their meal, or families just eating out on their own. And gas and groceries is a big one, as well, where you can, build habits and you're buying gift cards to pay for gas and groceries on a weekly basis. So it just tells you a few of the things. And if I shop in those areas in the timeframes that I said, once a month, then I can raise for myself $233 over the course of the season. It doesn't matter that much, like you'll raise what you end up raising. You can pick some of your favorite brands here and be notified when they have special deals. So we work with most of the top brands, I would say, that you would kind of expect. There's, I think, is it Mayors? I think that you guys were mentioning to me last time. Like we're always working to add more of the local brands. So our team, I think, is in conversations there. But most of the brands that parents know and shop with across a lot of different categories should be here as a starting point for you. And so you've got your team fundraising goal. Again, I would say on average teams, probably make conservatively $1,500 to $2,000 over the course of the season, which is, in regular times would pay for a couple of tournaments or pays for, team parties and apparel and things like that for the team. And this is really just to help you, estimate how much you think you might want to raise over the course of the season. And then the store gets set up, and then I'm into the store experience. So for every parent that joins, there's a $5 first shop bonus. So as soon as you make your first purchase, you get a $5 bonus. So it's a nice way to get going and get that, get the team over $100 raised and well beyond. So it's nice for parents to see some momentum. So you can see some of the favorites that I selected as I was going through that onboarding process. And there's really, as team captain, there's the shop and earn that I can do. There's the invite the team process, which I'll get to in a minute, and submitting the payment info, which again, typically the team captain is responsible for, but that's entering your banking information to let us know where to send the payments to ultimately. So this is the storefront that you see. The store is updated on a daily basis. And again, we just got through Black Friday, Cyber Monday. We're still in Cyber shopping week. So it's deals all over the site right now. And again, a lot of the brands that so the site is constantly refreshed with new brands. So really you're looking to, shop online, through the regular sites that you might shop with. And I'll kind of show you how that works. So let's say I want to make a purchase from Nike. You can see the gives 12%. Okay, so that means if you spend $100 at Nike as a parent, 12% of that is coming back to you. So $12 will get deposited into your FlipGive account, plus the $5 first shop bonus. So spend $100 at Nike and you're making $17 essentially right away. And the way it works, it's an affiliate model. So I would click shop now, and then I'm directed over to the Nike site. And then when I make a purchase, Nike just sends some information back that purchaser XYZ has made a purchase for $100. We have no idea what you've purchased, just the dollar amount. So we can allocate this your bonus percentage back to you. So we know that Sam spent $100 with Nike, and give him a 12% bonus essentially back on that. So it's all your online shopping, which we're all doing way more of these days than we were even 12 months ago. And then a really fun way to use this as well, in a way that I'll tend to describe it to my parents, or to the parents on my hockey team, is to think about digital gift cards, which you can use for payments. So if I click on Starbucks, for example, so you've got this gives 2%, again, plus the $5 first shop bonus. So you've got two options with it. You can buy a gift card for yourself. So you've got different dollar denominations, or you can send it as a gift to someone, which is great for volunteer gifts or different things. And so you're earning, again, in this case, 2% of whatever the dollar amount is that you spend. And then you're given a digital gift card that, in this case with Starbucks, you just put it into your Starbucks app if that's what you use, and the dollar amount is there for you. With gift cards, you're credited that amount immediately on your FlipGive account as well. So we've got the shop online, we've got gift cards. You can see, things that are around you. Again, I'm not in Detroit right now, so it's not showing anything, but typically you would see stores that are restaurants and businesses that are on FlipGive that you can earn money back on. We've got a team store, which again is the idea behind this, is that you can earn where you have team spending that's happening, maybe larger purchases. Pure Hockey is a recent brand that we launched. You can earn higher give back amounts for the team by spending there. So we're going to do a lot more in this space over the next 3 months. And then you've just got, search on all our brands and different categories. So categories kind of gets into gift cards, sports and outdoors, home, tech, gadgets, all the categories that you would expect that parents are shopping at. So that's how the shopping works. So it's basically, tell your parents you're shopping online, you're buying gift cards, whether for yourself or as a gift. Start on FlipGive. So on flipgive.com, the website, or download the app. The app's available on iOS and Android. And you start earning that cash back for your purchases. We also have a browser plugin called Max. It's a cute little dog. So if you're browsing the internet and you're on other sites that have deals going and that are a partner of ours, so let's say you browse to Walmart, then actually the cashback amounts get applied there as well. So, but the primary ways to earn, I would say, are through the website if you're on your computer, or through the app if you're on your phone. I want to show you the invite team process, which is the responsibility of the captain. So you go through this, and you have to, as a starting point, you want to figure out, what are we going to do with the funds? And this is really up to the teams. You can have the funds go back to the individual player families, which a lot of teams do. So, if, in my case, if the Menard family raises $400, then I get $400 at the end of the year. The other way to do it is to have everything go into a shared pool for the team. So if the team raises $1,000, then that's an expense that's used, that's an income amount that's used for team purposes. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the player option. And then I'm sure a lot of you use Team Snap to manage your schedules. You're essentially setting up your player roster. So, player one, the player goal was kind of built off what we initially thought we'd fundraise, but, I like to do like $100 per family. And then you're essentially, as the team captain, just setting up all the player names and the goal that they have. So you're building out your roster in the same way that you would on Team Snap or something like that. Okay, so you've got full roster of players. So traditional size team of 17 players, you would have 17 players here. And then you're just clicking to send out this invitation, which is what you're sending out to the parents on the team. So we've got some pre-built text here, but you're able to preview the email in your email browser and change that up. So we mentioned, some of the brands that hopefully parents know. You may want to add some more, the $5 first shop bonus, and then everyone joins through this link essentially. So I send this out to the family of player one, for example. As they sign up for this team on FlipGive, they'll click this link. They're directed right to our team, and then they can actually add themselves to the player on the team. So then you see player one. My daughter's name is Olivia, and then myself and my wife. I can add my grandparents to also help support here, whether through their shopping or if they want to make a donation. And then you see all that funding at the family level, essentially. So pretty straightforward. You just set up that roster one time at the start of the year, and then you send out the invitations to all the parents on the team as a starting point. As you start raising money, then we've got this funds tab. So again, you can see, the players, and you start to be able to see, I set a goal of $100 for each player. Didn't change it for this one. So you can have different goals for different folks. And then you've got the players on, and then the supporters that join. So again, the supporter gets the link. They're the parents of player one. They can join directly to that player one, and then they show up under there. And then everything they earn, you'll see them earning towards the goal that player one has. And then as a team captain, you're always able to manage your roster. You can add and remove kids. Player leaves halfway through the year, something like that. You're able to remove them from the roster if you need to. You can change some of your settings, privacy settings. You can withdraw funds when you need to withdraw funds. We've got an ability to ask for donations, which I find like supporters in the community or parents or sometimes like local businesses may be willing to donate some money to the team. So you can just share this URL, and then they can give a donation paying by credit card to the team, as an example. You can go refer other teams where we'll give you a code. So give and get $50. So refer another team, give them this code. And when they start fundraising, each team gets a $50 bonus. So, and you can share that through WhatsApp, Messenger, email, and all sorts of other sources. So those are kind of the main things. We've got some handouts. We've always got coaches, fundraising coaches available. If you have questions and you just need some tips on, your team's stuck, and, can you give me some ideas to help us keep fundraising? That's all there. It's always available for free. Again, there's never any cost to this stuff for parents. It's all there for you, essentially. So it's really just from a team perspective, just who's the team captain, team manager, coach, or another parent who wants to be responsible for fundraising. Come in, set up your team, set up the player roster, invite the parents to it, and then let them know some of the brands, like shop online or buy your gift cards, and all the cash accrues back to the team. And then you can withdraw your money whenever you need to withdraw your money. You might do it a couple times during the year if you're paying for expenses throughout the year. And then that's it from a team perspective. There's probably some association heads on this. So we also are working closely with associations to help them get as many of their teams as possible on board using this. So trying to make that as easy as possible. So I won't go into it too much. Sorry, let me just go down here. But we do have a solution, which you might have with, if you're using Sports Engine or Team Snap or something like that. We've got an online admin tool to help you manage. This wasn't working earlier today. Yeah, sorry, the site seems to be down right now. But essentially, as an association, you can go in, you can track all the teams within your association that are signing up, whether you invite them directly or they add themselves to your association. So you can see how many teams are using it, how many parents in your association are using it. And then you get data as well on like, what are parents actually, like, what are they doing at a high level? So you might see that, your parents spent $20,000 with Kroger as an example. Is that an opportunity then to approach Kroger as another sponsor for the association? So there's some pretty neat tracking to see the types of things that your parents are interested in, where they're spending, that you might be able to use that at an association level with discussions with some local businesses. We're working hard to add more and more local businesses. So if there are if there are ones in your communities that we should be aware of, we'd love to get them added on to FlipGive and supporting. It's a great way for local businesses to be able to say, here's how we can support getting kids into sports. Essentially, we'll give a cashback amount, and that all goes back to the teams essentially as well. So good message and a nice win for the team. So at a high level, that's the idea. 700 plus brands. So most of the brands that you know and love, that your parents are comfortable shopping with. And the big thing is they literally don't have to do anything different. You don't have to sell anything to anyone. You just have to get into the habit of shopping, starting your shopping with FlipGive. And then if you're buying gift cards, you're buying them directly on FlipGive. If you're shopping online, you saw the Nike example, you're going to Nike.com and making your purchase. So really it's pretty straightforward to use. And as we're all shopping on more and more online, hopefully it's something that parents are comfortable with. And then we're starting to do more in terms of to teams and associations that we're working with from some of our, we'll have brands that are interested in growing in the hockey community, for example. And so we'll different grant programs, like we're doing the $100 matching grant, but we have different. We just ran with Cami Granado, where we're funding 21 U.S. based girls for hockey this year and helping them out with $500 towards registration fees or other hockey costs, as well as working with the NHL to give them up to $300 approximately worth of equipment as well. So different things that come up as additional value for teams and for associations over the course of the year, in addition to fundraising. And then just to add, you'll use this over the course of a season. Your season ends for hockey, and a lot of kids go straight into other sports in the summer. So we have a lot of parents who go from using this as a tool to fundraise for hockey and to using it for summer soccer or lacrosse or whatever, baseball, sports. Or we have something called personal accounts, and you just kind of keep earning on your FlipGive account in sort of the off season. And then when it's time for hockey to come back, if that's the only team you're fundraising for, then you get a head start when you come back. So ideally it's something that you and your parents can use throughout the year. And as mentioned, each family can easily be earning hundreds of dollars, which helps them with the cost of sport, which is our reason for being. We want to make it possible for every family. So I'll pause right there. I don't know if there's any questions.
Yeah, we've got a couple in the queue. I just, first off, great job, Sam. I thought that was a very thorough. As a coach myself, one of the key things that I heard there, and I'll preface this by saying this would apply to maybe a normal hockey season. Remember when our hockey season used to operate normally and we didn't have disruptions and fun things like that? But as I was listening to you, I was thinking to myself, as a coach, if I'm trying to plan for the start of my season and kind of plan the events over the course of the year, I saw some of the brands that you had up there were like Pure Hockey and Hockey Monkey and things of that sort who are participating in this. I can go through the process of getting my team outfitted with their warm-ups, their t-shirts, their workout shorts, their team swag, whatever purchases whatever hockey purchases we're making, and we're going to get a kickback on that. Any team dinners or special events that we could schedule to have everybody take a day to eat at a specific restaurant or a specific food provider, they're getting a kickback on that. You go through the holiday season shopping period and there's kickbacks to be earned on those things. And that's on top of your weekly expenses that you're already doing, whether it's groceries, gas, and in general shopping for home and decor or kids' toys or whatever it may be. So there's a lot of opportunities there for families and for teams to earn. So I think when you add all of that up and you plan it right, there's really a lot of great opportunity there for everybody. So I'm very excited about this. I hope our folks are excited about this as well. A few questions for you in the chat. Number one, I think you went over this, but just as a reminder, how do the funds make it to the team?
Yeah, so you'll see on that, you'll always be able to see on the funds tab exactly how much the team and each family has earned. And then there's a withdraw capability. So I would have to submit my payment info. So you can have it electronically transferred to your bank account. So you might, a lot of teams, especially the travel teams, will have their own bank accounts. So you can connect that bank account to it and transfer the money when you need it. Or you can have a check sent to you. So it's really up to you, one or the other, essentially. So you're submitting your payment info. I want a check, or I want it to be transferred electronically into my bank account. Here's my information, and then you also get a summary of what every family earned over the course of the season. One of the things that that I think, as people get more comfortable with FlipGive and earning, I think that will start to happen is you'll start to have like getting families to commit to a certain amount to fundraise on FlipGive. Like if you asked every family, this is going to be a core part of our fundraising for the season. We want every family to raise $100 on the platform. 17 kids, it's $1,700, pretty significant amount of money to have. And each family can either shop their way to earning the $100, which is pretty easy to do, or just give a $100 donation, because you'll have some parents who are like, I'm not interested, don't want to do this, but I'll give my $100, and it's in the team pool for the team to use when they need it to buy a team meal or whatever they want to use it for. So so that's essentially it. So you just go to the withdrawal tab and tell us how you want to be paid.
Okay, great. Are the prices the same on FlipGive and normal online shopping?
Yeah, they are. So basically we're connected into all the retailers. So whatever their prices are on their site, they basically share it. They share it via this connection to us, and then we're displaying it on the site. So right now there's a ton of different deals happening. So we get notified, as do like other partners that they're working with, of all the deals that are happening, and we're able to package that up for our users. So prices are exactly the same. What will be different is the amount that they're willing to give back, and that really varies by business, right? So in some businesses like grocery, where the margins are much tighter, you'll see Kroger gives back 2%. Pure Hockey, I think, was varies between 6 to 8. Some may go as high as 15 to 20%. So that gives percentage, that's what you're getting. That will vary by retailer, but whatever you're spending is the amount that you would spend on their site anyways, because you're shopping on their site. You're not actually shopping on FlipGive. So when I click through to Kroger, I'm actually shopping on their site.
So when you buy your brand new skates over at Pure Hockey for Christmas, make sure you get your kickback from those guys, because that's a nice percentage there, right?
You got it.
Let's see. Next question. Are the gift cards only used online? For example, if you're shopping at Kroger, how would you use a gift card you purchased on FlipGive?
Yeah, it's a very good question. So it varies again by retailer. A lot of them will support in-store payments. So you have, I don't know if you can see it here. So on your phone, for example, so the best way to do it is when you buy a gift card, you're sent an email with the gift card code. So on your computer, you can print that out, a sheet of paper that you can bring with you into a store. On experience, we have a wallet. So the gift card code gets to your wallet, and then they just scan your in the store. So think of it as like contactless payments in store, which is for safety in COVID, like that's a huge win. So a lot of the brands will allow you, if they support gift card payments online, allow you to use the gift cards online, but a lot like a Kroger would allow you to use them in store for contactless payment. And it's literally just a scan of your phone, or bring in the paper and have them scan.
Okay. Very good. A few more questions here. What is the cost for shipping cards, and who pays for that?
So there's a handful of cards that can be delivered physically, but think of them as digital cards. So they're really being emailed to you. So you've got the option to buy them for yourself or to gift them to someone else. So if I wanted to buy a gift card for my wife, or for, I've used it to buy gift cards for teachers as use. It's actually an email that's sent with the code in the email. So it's essentially, again, on your phone, it gets downloaded to your FlipGive wallet. So you've got it, for those on an iPhone, it's like similar to your Apple Wallet. You can actually add them into your Apple Wallet if you want to, and the same thing on Android as well. So it's really much more about digital gift cards or e-gift cards, depending on what it's called.
And that may lead into the next question here. Can gift cards be reloaded? And if so, how many times?
Yeah, so some of them, so very good question. It's a feature we're rolling out now. So with most cards, you would have to buy a new one each time, but we are quickly adding the ability to just reload cards, where you would be asked, if your balance drops below a certain point, do you want to reload the card? So for gas and groceries and some of those areas where you're spending on a regular basis, you'll have the ability to reload. So lots more to come over the next couple of months. So right now you'll have to buy a new, let's say with Kroger, like you're buying a new $100 card each time. In a couple of months, you'll be able to reload a lot of those.
Okay, so that feature is forthcoming. Another question, wouldn't it be easier to have one fundraiser chair take care of this for an entire organization?
Yes, so you can do that. We do see that. Sometimes in hockey, especially, we'll see associations set up where they may have the travel teams run their own FlipGive campaigns, because they have those teams tend to have their own budgets. Parents are spending more there. There's a travel component. There's different costs, and so they'll have their own teams, and then you have like all your house league recreational players, which often are the majority of the association. Will set up one team for all those parents, because you don't need to fundraise if it's $300 for the year or something. You just fundraise for the entire association. So I would say you can do it for the entire association. The challenge becomes, how do you motivate parents to use this throughout the season? They need to see that within the context of a team. If you set it so that all the money goes back to families, motivation's clear, right? The more I fundraise, the more I'm going to get back in the form of a refund at the end of the year. If it's going into a shared team pool, well then, okay guys, we want to raise $2,000 because that's going to pay for 2 of our tournament entry fees this year. If it's at the association level, like you just have to be clear on what's the motivation for parents to use it, because a lot of parents will use it one time and then not use it again. So, my home association, they're using it to fundraise for new goalie equipment, for example, for especially for younger kids, where if there's any goalie parents on the phone, it's a big investment. You don't necessarily want to spend $500 to $1,000 only to find out your kid doesn't really want to play goalie after. So, just have the right cause, whether it's a scholarship to help some families who wouldn't be able to play hockey otherwise, or house leagues. It's it is a possibility, but I would say the best performing teams tend to be that when it's like a smaller group of teams. Essentially, we are doing more at the association level and adjusting what the business model I think will ultimately be, so that we get more money going into the association. So more to come on that over the next few weeks, but we want to help the associations at the same time as we're helping the parents on the team. So so it's a good question, for sure. But ideally making it easy for the associations to have multiple teams, but they're able to see how all those teams are doing.
Okay. Last call for everybody on the call here. If there are any additional questions, feel free to put that in the chat. I will say on the MAHA website right now, with the announcement that we made of the partnership between MAHA and FlipGive, I did include the link on that announcement for the landing page that you had developed specifically for Michigan. Perfect. So anybody that wants to get started, that link is there and available, so they can certainly access that. In terms of next steps, Sam, if there are people on the call right now that say, okay, we want to get it, we have additional questions, or we want to get started right away, I guess what's the next call to action here at this point?
Yeah, I mean, go and get signed up. Like what I was thinking was, we've got the $100 matching grant, which is available to every team that signs up. I'd love to give like a $25 bonus to like the first 10 or, the first 10, 15 teams that get signed up over the next couple of days. If you're able to go in, create your team, set up that team roster, just drop me an email saying, hey, here's my team name. I was able to get set up. Let me know any questions that you have. If I can help, and happy to drop, another additional bonus on your team just to help you get going. Sometimes it helps for parents to see like, oh, there's already some money there. Okay, now I'm motivated to get going. So happy to help there. But yeah, just go to the MAHA page, follow the links, get started. My contact information, you'll see a button to email me, smenard@flipgive.com. And happy to help you guys. If there's anyone from an association level that, if you want to talk about, how to best set up at the association level and get your teams there, we're happy to have a conversation as well to help you guys with that too. So individual teams or entire associations, they're here to help. I think at the association level, if you get a lot of your teams using this, it's pretty standard to earn $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 over the course of a season. Again, it's like we're partway through the season and this year is unlike any other. But I think a lot of it's just like get started, earn over the next few months, and then we're all hoping hockey goes back to normal for the next season. And then you got your parents who are used to it and ready to get off to a really fast start next year.
Well, that sounds great. Well, I appreciate the time, Sam. Just so you know, again, we have this recording here available. I know we were able to turn this meeting around on relatively short notice, just coming out of a holiday weekend. So I'm sure there are some folks who weren't able to react quickly enough to take part. But we have this session recorded here. I'll be sure to distribute that out to all of our association presidents and directors. So they have the information that you shared here tonight, and we can help get them started as well. But as you said, if anybody has any questions about anything, certainly email Sam. He just posted his contact information here in the chat. You'll be hearing on our digital and social channels. You'll be hearing more about FlipGive and as the season rolls on here. So there'll be plenty of opportunities for you guys to take advantage of some of those fundraising efforts on this platform. And again, I think this is a perfect fit. I think the timing is good. We've got the holiday season coming up, and I know there'll be, obviously there's plenty of spending going on at that time. It'd probably be a good feeling to get rewarded for some of those activities you guys are involved in. So
you'll often see the parents start competing as well. We send out an email every Monday with sort of the parent rankings on earnings, and you get people competing to be number one on the team for that. So yeah, there's lots of different shopping opportunities, as you said, the holidays, and then as we get to the new year, there's all the everyday stuff, and before you know it, you'll be buying sports gear for your growing kids, and it's a great way to earn on those purchases.
As you know, Sam, hockey families love their rankings. So
we love a ranking.
We need some way to compete these days.
Like,
so I mean,
there's got to be a winner.
Take what we can get at this point.
There's got to be a winner in everything, right?
That's right. That's right. Well, listen, I'm excited. I hope everybody else is as well. Sam, thank you so much for taking some time out of your evening to share this information with us. I will certainly be in touch with you, and I have a feeling there'll be others in touch with you here as well. And
awesome.
We're very excited to get started with this partnership. So thank you very much for all of your.
We're excited to be working with you guys as well, and big lovers of hockey at the company, and excited to support you, and hope all the kids are back on the ice really soon, and
we hope so too.
Enjoying the competition.
We hope so too. All the best to you and yours, and I'll be in touch with you. But as for everybody else, thank you guys very much for the time, and more information to come, exciting things on the way, and and best of luck. Get on FlipGive.
All right. Thanks so much, Jason. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Jason. Thanks, Sam.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Have
a great night.